get ready with me for the gym whilst I talk to you about my experiences with running a half marathon, because I have just signed up to another half marathon. Oh my God, it's on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you in 2025. That's what it says. So I've signed up to a half marathon on May the 4th. Whether I do it or not is another story, but I'm still training for it. So that's the fun part. I have never really been the sporty type. In school, I sucked fucking ass at any kind of running, any kind of sport. I got out of swimming all the time. I hated it. I think because I really just had low self-esteem, and I've spoken about this before, but like I have really low self-esteem to the point where I just never really believed that I could do it. I would like swim one length and be like, oh guys, oh, my knee's broken. Do you know what I mean? So definitely that played a part in it, but I've never been a sporty type, and hockey intimidated the fuck out of me in school. The fuck out of me. Hated it, ran away from the ball. But the only thing I was decent at was netball. And this is where I really think my bullying came in, because I wouldn't say I was bullied as a kid. I was quite lucky. Does that make me the bully? No, I was too shy. But there was one time in netball where I got tripped up on purpose multiple times because maybe I was good. Maybe they were jealous, actually. I don't know. But I still have a scar on my knee. I don't know if it's still there. I don't know if you can see it. But I still have a scar on my knee somewhere, on one of my knees. So it kind of put me off any kind of sporting after that. But I did join a club, and I was in the, I think I was in the B team. I think I've always been second best, so I never actually made it to the A team. But there was a few times where I subbed in for the A team. But can you guess what position I was? Goal A. Yes, you had that right. I was a goal A. I think goal A is the best position to be in because you get to shoot and you get to run around. So you get the best of both worlds, and you're kind of the centre of attention. Even though you could argue that centre is, no, like the shooter is the one that gets all the praise. The shooter is the one that gets all of the attention, and you get more endorphins than you would do if you were normally just running around, because everyone loves you when you shoot. Everyone loves you. Anyway, so that's the only experience I've really had. And high jump, I was really good at high jump and hurdles. But that was about it, really. And I went to a very sporty school. So, you know, if you weren't good at sport or if you didn't do sport, you were looked down upon. And I was the one that took out sport. When like GCSE year, we had the option to like do a sporting activity or do volunteering. What did you think I did? I did volunteering. Obviously, I went to go help some old people. We're going to go in with the number 7 Hydroluminous moisturiser today. Fast forward to my adult life. I was choosing willingly to put myself through fucking hell just to prove a point to myself that I can do it, and anyone can do it that has 2 legs and lungs and maybe arms. But do you need arms to run a half marathon? No, you don't. Actually, no, you don't. Even people in wheelchairs can run half marathons because they went before me. So I just wanted to do a little silly thing to prove a point to myself, and it did actually give me more confidence by doing so. Proving yourself wrong will always give yourself a boost of confidence, because it's not every day that you run a marathon. It's not every day that you're like, oh, get up, I'm going to start running a half marathon. Like, it's not wired in our brains to kind of put ourselves through that hell willingly. That's why I think you should always do something that's uncomfortable willingly, because it will unleash something inside of you that you've never unleashed or seen before. Bear this in mind as well. I gave myself 2 months to prepare for this half marathon. So this half marathon in May is nothing new to me, okay? I am a big believer in the fact that if you're young, fit, healthy to a degree, you might not even gym. I never gymmed before I did my half marathon. I think you can smash it. I think you can genuinely be like, I'm going to run a half marathon tomorrow, and you can do it. Because it's all in the mind. It really is. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but it's all in the mind. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When I was, this is starting to burn my eyeballs. I need to take it off. This is the vitamin C Pixie under eye masks. I had never run a half marathon before I ran the half marathon. So the furthest I'd ever run in my training before the half marathon was a 10K. You might be thinking, Corey, a half marathon is over double that. Are you okay in the head? But no, I kind of knew once I built up the momentum to get to 10K, I knew that in my body, I was like, I can do this. Because the first time round of ever running a 5K was like, I could barely get past 2. However, when I kept doing it and I built it up, one day I randomly just ran a 10K. I just woke up, I was like, I'm going to run a 10K today. And I ran without stopping. And I think something in my mind shifted where I was like, you know what? This is the Glow For It lash serum. I talk about this all the time. Something shifted in my brain where I was like, I can do this. And do you know what helped me? Motivational speeches. In my university degree, I did a whole dissertation on running and motivational speeches and how motivational speeches can impact your mindset and your performance. I did a study of 2 separate runs with 3 different runners, no music, no motivational speeches, and then the same run with motivational speeches tailored to different points in the run. Anyway, very technical, and I'm very proud of myself for doing it. I filmed it as well, so I might talk about this more in depth, but right now I'm talking about the half marathon. And I came to the conclusion that motivational speeches will enhance your performance drastically. And it's at the point where when you feel like you want to give up and stop and start walking, that's when you put the motivational speeches on. I will link some down below if you guys want any recommendations, but yeah. Anyway, so that genuinely saved my ass so many times in the training. And before I did the half marathon, I created a whole playlist tailored to it. So I will also link that down below. It's on Spotify. And you might be thinking, Corey, this isn't that good of a playlist. But for me personally, I had to get in the zone. And the way that I had to get in the zone was some really like deep rap music. I started off with some Stormzy, like just to get me hyped up, get you hyped up in the mood. But the key thing to long distance running is you want to run at the pace that you want to run for the first 10 seconds. And then after 10 seconds, pull it back drastically and just start going almost at a really uncomfortable pace. And then from there, you will steadily build up the pace because you don't want to start off too quick. Obviously, you're running a half marathon. So anyway, so those were kind of the life hacks that I got taught whilst I was running. Also, I'm aware I'm tanned on my hands and my face is not the same colour. But back to my point is that I'd never run a half marathon before I ran the half marathon. And when I ran the half marathon, I really surprised myself because I did 10K like it was breathing. And I got to 15K. That's when I started kind of struggling. And that's when I put on the motivational speeches. But then I hit what's called a runner's high. The runner's high kicked in at about 16, 17K. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually enjoying myself. I felt like a sense of like freedom. And you know, when you're running and you've got good music on and you just have endorphins and you're like, oh my God, I can literally like sprint right now. Like that was the kind of vibes. And then it dropped drastically again. And bear in mind, this half marathon was the hottest day of the year. It was the hottest day of the year. They had fire hydrants running. So it was really hard. This is why I believe that long distance running is all in the mind, because you can tell yourself you're going to run a 5K today and you might get to 2, but you wouldn't have got to the 2 if you hadn't have told yourself you'll get to the 5. Does that make sense? Like if you're going to go, oh, I'm going to run a 2K today, you'll end up doing 1. Maybe not all the time, but that's just from my personal experience. I always kind of have to upsell myself and tell myself that I'm going to go further. Otherwise, that's when like you get bored or the self-doubt kicks in. And that's why long distance running is a mind game. It really is. However, now I haven't really ran since the half marathon. I did a 10K race after that half marathon and I actually hit my PB on that. I got 55 minutes, or was it 50? Oh, it was under an hour, which is really good for me. And I did the half marathon in 2.5, I think. 2 hours 20, I don't know. I did it in a pretty good time, all things considered. Unless it was 3.5. I have no idea, I should probably check. But I wasn't even going through a lot mentally at the time, to be honest. I felt so good when I was running mentally. I didn't really suffer with anxiety. My phobias of throwing up had kind of gone. And life wasn't too stressful as much as I remember, although I did push my body so hard that I felt myself like getting dizzy a lot, which is something I struggle with, and I think I've spoken about this before, but I really struggle with vertigo. And I went to the doctors recently and she was like, you've got something that's what's called BPVD or something. I don't know, it's got loads of letters in it. And it's where the crystals in your ear are like misaligned and they make you really dizzy. But I don't know how much I believe that, if it's just a deficiency, because I actually haven't had a blood test yet in my life, which is crazy. But I've kind of been avoiding it because I don't want that, quite frankly. I don't want to put myself through that for no reason, even though it is for a reason. I'm just going to put it off for as long as I can. This is the Hydro Luminous number 7, which matches with this concealer. And I've just gone in with the Better Than Sex brown mascara, which is for the more natural days. Anyway, yeah, I've just been avoiding blood tests all my life. But one thing I will say about if you are running, and especially long distance, Nutrition is everything. I was lucky enough to be in a position where I could eat clean because I was with someone that was eating really well as well. And it really helps with who you're around. Because I'm back home, I won't get too much into it, but I'm not really in an environment where I can eat as well as I did. But I'm going to try where I can, put it that way. But yeah, obviously fueling yourself. Electrolytes are really important. Trust me, electrolytes will save your ass on the day. If I did not have electrolyte water, I don't think I would have made it through. Honest to God. Honest to God. People ask me what I put in my running vest on race day. And literally all I had was my electrolyte water, my GoPro, because I was vlogging it. Not only did I run a half marathon, I vlogged it. Oh my God, I'm crazy. I'm probably a bit fucked up, aren't I, in the head? Because I will do the craziest shit because I'm like, oh, it's for the content. And that's where it's like, but then it's also not, because in the same breath, this is going to sound crazy. I wouldn't have got as far as I have in life if I didn't have the content mind. Because I would have thought, oh, well, you know, I can't do that. But now I'm like, no, if I have a camera in my hand, I'm going to do some cool shit. Like, I just am. Anyway, and I thank myself for it now. But yeah, the things I had in my vest was electrolyte water, a lollipop, because I wasn't going to eat anything crazy, okay, on the run, which I never even had in the end. I think I had it after as a reward. And I had some cashew nuts as well in there. And that was about it. That was literally about it. I think you can do a half marathon raw, but I just overpack and I'm an anxious person. So I just thought to myself, I'm not going to put myself in any position where I'm on the floor on the hottest day of the year with nothing with me. That is all I brought. And then I wrote myself a little note to open up in the end of the run, which honestly can't remember what it said, probably something cringy, but all you need to run a half marathon, motivational speeches and a good playlist with some electrolyte water. Literally all you need. Trust me, take it from me, take it from someone that hasn't ever been sporty, that's been scared of sport, that has a phobia of it, clearly. Yeah, take it from me. That's kind of my sporting abilities. And in terms of now, I am about to go to the gym. And then I'm going to go walk my dog on a long walk to get my steps in. But I've started going on the Stairmaster and I've got up to 20 minutes now. So we're good. I think that is the quickest way for me to kind of lose fat. I could be wrong. I have nothing. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it is what it is. I'm hitting leg day today. We're going to do some legs in the gym. And I'm really excited because I'm going with my friend who's also running a half marathon, which does help. It does help when someone else is, and she's never run a half marathon, so it's nice because I can give her some tips. Even though I wouldn't classify myself as a runner, I'd classify myself as a mindset coach. Even though sometimes my mindset is a bit fucked, I'm really good at giving advice, not necessarily taking it, but that's the same with everyone. So that's kind of where I stand, and I like pushing her, especially on the treadmill. I'm like, you can do this, because another life hack about running is that if you're running on the treadmill, say you're doing 5K, for the last 0.2K, you want to literally sprint. So your next run will be even better. So you can get your fitness up because it's all about endurance. So as a long distance runner, if you have good endurance, you can pace yourself for one, and two, if you want to just start sprinting or like running faster midway through the run, you can, if you're doing it for a time thing. I feel like I've given a lot of advice on running, but this is just from my personal experience. Obviously, I'm not a professional, but this is just from someone that hasn't ever run before. So if you want to go check out my half marathon vlog, please do. It's on this channel. There's a few running videos on here with some tips and advice and me actually running the half marathon. So if you do want to watch that, feel free. But yeah, if you're just getting into it, or if you're doing a few races, then I applaud you. But if you're not, don't worry about it, because not everyone wants to do it, and I get it. But sometimes it's about not what you want to do, but what you need to do. There you go. I will see you in the next vlog. What I'm starting to do is get ready with me's, and then the next vlog is like a part 2 of the get ready with me, where I show you what happens. You can watch what happened next in the next vlog, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.